Hello and welcome to Forex London session live stream on 29th of July. So first of all we will look at what we were anticipating yesterday in gold and in GBP JPY. Alright. Yesterday basically I was anticipating buys in GBP JPY initially in London session. I even took a trade in buy. The whole idea was that I was anticipating current monthly candle to flip bullish, but that didn't play it out. But later in New York session, we were bearish, and once this bearish candle closed after a small bullish candle close like this one, I was anticipating short on next candle once it start breaking below the lows. It did break below the lows and continue moving down like 120 pips, but the whole idea was it broke below the low in first 1 minute. So I stayed away from this trade, and I am basically waiting to. On the other hand, in gold, we were anticipating buys once prices were here, although, and we executed this short right before news. This was news candle, and right in here I knew that we can continue pushing up to this area and up 1752 area, and above 1752 area we have clean range of 120 pips. And yeah, we basically have achieved both our goals in GBP JPY and in gold. So let's redo our analysis. We will first of all redo our analysis, and we will look to see if we can find some trades today. Today is the last day of the month, and prices may start to consolidate, but it is just a probability that prices will consolidate. If we find some sort of pattern, we will take a trade. And yeah, let's go to monthly. Starting from monthly in gold, this candle has rejected all the way from 1680 area to 1764 area, almost 850 pips. I wasn't expecting such a move on this candle. I was anticipating that monthly candle will close nearly around some figure here, and the next monthly candle may be cup first and continue pushing down, but we have 850 pips of rejection in this gold candle. And if we look at weekly we have created a fresh support in weekly candle, and I was anticipating for current weekly candle to wick low first and then continue pushing up, which has played out exactly I was anticipating. But this is like this weekly candle is 500 pips of candle. So let's look at daily. In daily I was anticipating buys yesterday, but I didn't got a chance to execute those buys. Today I was also anticipating buys, but though that buy move basically happened in our out of session in Asian session. So let's look at H4. In H4, prices were right in here yesterday when we anticipated that prices can keep pushing up. Basically, that idea played out perfectly. So we are looking at what we can find for today. We have created a support in H4 at 1736. On the other hand, we have resistance right in here at 1771, almost 60 pips away. Above that resistance, we also have a clean move at least of 170 pips, but we are moving up with so much volume, so it is very difficult to capture this buy move because it is difficult for me to execute a trade in trending markets. So we will just wait for now and we will try to find some good execution. If we look at H1, we have created a zone right at 1755. We have another zone at 1751. Prices have moved out of the zone, and this move is like 120 pips of move. So basically we need to wait at this point. We have minor support formation in M30, and I am waiting for current 30-minute candle to close. Maybe we can then find something in gold. And looking at M15, we are creating a resistance in M15, but M15 resistances are very weak, so it is in our best interest to just wait, or rather stay away from gold today because it is very difficult to capture a trade in gold. Alright, if we go to GBP/JPY, the current monthly candle has moved all the way down. There was a zone at 163.264. We have broken below that zone, and if we go to weekly time frame, the weekly candle, yeah, I was anticipating current weekly candle to flip bearish, which flipped bearish, and today is the last day of the week, so I don't know where this weekly candle can close. We have rejections like 60 pips away from here and 160 pips away. We will look at daily time frame. In daily, we have created a fresh resistance 166 area. We have broken below 163.300 zone, and if we look at H4, yeah, we have created a fresh resistance in H4 at 163.700. We have dropped 150 pips from that area. On the other hand, if we look at, we have this area as the zone 162 area. Below 162 area, we have another 120 pips of range in H4, and if we go to 1 hour time frame, all right, in 1 hour time frame we have this we are creating a consolidation like this one, and I am basically anticipating prices to do some sort of fake out in here to potentially keep pushing down later on. Overall, my bias is bearish in GBP/JPY, but we want some confirmations for prices to drop and we will execute. In gold today, it is very difficult for me based on my experience level to trade. However, I am looking for trade in GBP JPY. All right, in GBP/JPY we are waiting for candles to close. We have approached a potential strong support level in H4 at 162 area. So if we are to move down, we need some sort of resistance formation at 162.600 area. In gold, we are waiting for M30 candle to close, which is now closed. So we have created a resistance in M30 time frame. But if we look at H4, the trend is very strong bullish, and any attempts in short could end up in disaster. We are waiting for some sort of retracement in gold to potentially execute buy positions. We are not looking at sells in gold for today. And in GBP JPY, we are just waiting. We are consolidating in this 57 pips of range. We need to break above this area to potentially go in buys for 70 pips, or we need to break below this area to potentially move 100 pips in downward direction. But it all depends upon volume. If we have some good volume for today, we can even continue pushing way further than our anticipation in GBP JPY. But we need to wait. If we look at news today, on Friday we have core PCE index for US dollar, which is a low impact news. And we also have GBP news, low impact US dollar news. So no news for today, but today is the last day of the month. Market may decide to chop in here, so we need to be very careful with our entries today. All right, we are waiting for candles to close. In gold, there is very high probability if we break above 1767, we can continue pushing up at least 30-40 pips. But the whole idea is we have moved a lot. We need some deeper, need some deep retracement to execute buy position. Overall trend in gold is very bullish. We are breaking above all the zones. We have this zone at 1771, almost 53 pips. away, which is a strong zone. Above that zone, we have another 180 pips of move till 1790 area. Prices are moving up in gold. If we look at in H4 with little to no retracement, I am basically expecting some sort of retracement to potentially execute a buy position. And in GBP JPY we are consolidating, so we are just waiting in here. GBP JPY we basically need to break out of this consolidation area to potentially execute some trade, but and in gold we want some deep retest, deep retracement to execute a trade. Other than that we will just stay away from anything. Today will be a slow day because of the market condition, but still we will find a way to trade. We are just waiting in gold and in GBP JPY. We are in consolidation zone. We need to break this area to execute a position. All right, we are just waiting. We will wait for 17 more minutes and then maybe we can get something. Today is a very risky day. Today is it is very difficult to capture a trade. Also, it is the last day of the month, so I will rather wait. We are just waiting at this point. We need to break outside of this consolidation area in gold in GBP/JPY to potentially execute a trade, and in gold we are just waiting. Nothing, man, nothing at this point. We probably need market needs few hours to settle up, and then maybe we can find a trade, but nothing at this point. Waiting in gold and in GBP/JPY. Even if we break below this area, if we look at hourly time frame, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hourly candles closing at same area. I am anticipating a retracement at this point, but we are just waiting, and anything can happen. Waiting for 9 more minutes, looking to see how candles will are closing. And it seems like today will be a tough day to trade. No information so far in prices. We are waiting for current 30-minute candle to close, and we may execute by based on our continuation pattern. So if we look at our continuation pattern, GBP JPY is also in consolidation. I'm waiting to see how current 30-minute candle will close. Candles are about to close in 5 minutes, and in the meantime we will look at our continuation pattern. Today is 29th of July. So we are just waiting for candles to close, and alright, candles have now closed in GBP/JPY. I am expecting some sort of retracement or retest because we are closing for we 4 week hourly candle have closed in same area. Whenever that happens, we usually see some sort of retracement. I am waiting for that retracement, and I may execute after that. But for now, we are just waiting. And in gold, the M30 candle has closed bullish, H1 candle is still bearish. We need to break above this area 1768 to potentially execute buy position. Other than that, we are just consolidating at this point. I will not say that we are in sell because trend in higher time frame is very bullish, and any attempts in shorts can result in disaster. Waiting in gold and in GBP JPY, we are consolidating in both these pairs. In gold, we have also a minor consolidation in this area. Still, there is very high probability for prices to break above this area and continue pushing up. And alright, I will set up my buy position. Almost 24 pips away from here. If we start to break above this high, I am anticipating buys. My stop will be around 27 pips. And on the other hand, we are waiting in GBP JPY. Waiting in GBP JPY and in gold. It is very difficult at this point to execute a trade, so we are waiting for better entries both in GBP JPY and in gold. If we break above this area 1768 by placing a stop of 26 pips, there is probability we can capture this 35-36 pips of move. So I am basically waiting for that trade. In GPP, JPY trend and bias is bearish, but I want better execution. So I am just waiting both in GJ and in gold. In GBP JPY we are breaking below the lows, and there is a very high probability we will continue pushing down, but I want basically a better entry. I am waiting for current 15-minute candle to close. We are just waiting. Oh, in gold we have basically broken below that consolidation. There is high probability we will continue pushing down in this 35 pips of range. In gold, there is now very high probability we will touch 1760 area. Hello, hello, how are you, man? Nothing in gold and in GBP JPY, although we have dropped in gold, but this drop, this trade was very difficult counter trend and risky trade to capture. So it was a very good decision to avoid these trades. In GBP JPY, trend is bearish and our bias is also bearish. But at this position, I will not execute a trade. I want better execution. M15 candles have closed in GBP JPY. We have closed below all the wicks to the left, and now there is very high probability we will drop till 161.700 area. But looking at volume, we have less volume. So waiting at this point makes more sense, and we are just wait. I will wait for 15 more minutes. Maybe I can find some good trades. Other than that, we will execute a potential trade in New York session. So man, I was trying to execute short in here, but it is very risky to execute short at this position. So we are just waiting and we can find a potential trade in New York session. We are just waiting. GBP JPY we are dropping. Could have secured like 10-11 pips, but I was waiting for better execution. So at this point I think our trading day is over and I will see you guys later in New York session. M30 candles are about to close in 8 minutes. Alright, at this point it is time to end our live stream. There wasn't any good trades for today, and there is high probability we will capture some good trades in New York session. So see you guys in New York session. Until then, take care. Bye bye.